Hey, what's up, everybody, brothers and sisters? I hope the Lord has kept you okay and healthy. I just wanted to share with you a very intriguing dream that I had a couple of years ago. I kept quiet about this dream for quite a long time, except for a few people that I told in my family. It was a dream about the day of judgment. I had this dream at the time when I was intensely seeking the Lord, most of the time waking up at around 3 a.m. to pray and also to ask God to guide me in many ways, teaching me principles of faith and also fasting and all that. Most of the things I asked God to guide me on were spiritual growth things and all that. You guys know that if you're Christian, you know things that you really need to grow spiritual. So I really needed guidance in that area. And so what happened was that one night while I was in that portion of seeking God and meditating on His word and all that, I had a dream. The dream was frightening, guys. The dream was very frightening. It was about the day of judgment. The day of judgment. That is what the dream was all about. And so in the dream, I find myself on a ladder. It was a line, but the ladder was ascending up to the clouds in heaven. The clouds were different from the clouds that you see here on the earth. The other clouds were much better. Like, they were so colorful and they kind of had power in them. Like, you could step on the cloud and it would not, you don't sink, like you don't sink in it. It had this solid feel to it, but it was soft at the same time. It was a cloud. The appearance was a cloud, like you'd see it at first instance. Don't need anyone to tell you what it was. It was a cloud. So this ladder was ascending up into the cloud. Okay, and so many people were climbing in the ladder, climbing up on the ladder, and they were ascending up to heaven. And at the end of the ladder, on the top, I could see the bright light of the glory of God. And then below the ladder, I could not see where the line of the people was ending. The line was like a snake queue that vanished in the horizon. Like, it could go on and on and on and on, and you would not see where it would end. You get what I mean? All people of all colors were there. Africans, Indians, Chinese, white people, Caucasians, everybody was on that line, and they were all climbing upward. Okay, and what fascinated me was that all the people were putting on the same kind of clothes as they went up into the cloud. They were all having the same kind of clothes, and they were all climbing. But the look on the faces of everybody was, there was nobody who was like super confident about what they are going to end up getting as judgment from the Lord. Everybody had this worried look on their face, except for the Christians. You get the Christians, the born agains, were excited, but at the same time they were full of amazement at what was happening. Okay, it was the day of judgment, and myself, I was climbing up the ladder. So as I climbed the ladder, in the dream, I found myself about let's say 7 to 8 people were ahead of me, and they were waiting for their turn to be judged. So they were being judged, and so what I saw was that I saw the Lord seated on the throne. He was seated on His throne of judgment, and His throne is nothing like I could ever imagine. His throne was in the cloud, and the brightness that was coming from the cloud was of colors that are beyond description. I can still remember the colors, but I cannot tell you that it was this color. It was just the brightness of beauty. You get the brightness of beauty. So whenever someone approached his throne for judgment, he would stand up, and then the person would immediately know that God knows everything that they did in the time that they were on earth. You get, they would already know what God is going to do, and they would start crying, and they would start crying, and then God he had this stick, like a rod of authority, had it in his hand, and so he would use that. If you're condemned to hell, he would strike you with that rod, and then you would simply vanish into the cloud that would make you go down to hell. You get, and people would shout with so much agony in their voice and all that. And so I was amazed at this, and when it reached my turn, I looked at him and he looked at me, and I saw that he knew everything that I'd done on the earth. But then I saw compassion in his eyes, and because I was born again, he looked at me with compassion and he said, "Come and enter into my glory." And when he called me to enter his glory, when I walked towards him, the dream ended there. And I woke up, I kept quiet with this thing. It bothered me for some time. And at that time in my life, I was having dreams about the end of the world and all that, judgment, the rapture, and all that. I just wanted guys to make this video as short as possible for you guys to share with me the experience that I had in the dream. I am going to also post another video very soon about another experience I had about the day of rapture and also the day of judgment. So guys, give me your comments down below. If you've not subscribed to the channel, this channel is so much about Christian commentary, reaction videos to false prophets and other things. I also post videos around technology, the aliens, what they do, where they come from, are they demons, are they fallen angels? These things are all related to biblical principles and Christianity. This channel is entirely about Christianity, so you need to subscribe to the channel for more of these videos. So guys, give me a like, comment down below. Till next time, bye bye.